guided system, please.
Guys, we finished the deal. We just please, guys, we said that many times before. Only the official. No, only the official. This is not good. شباب حد يمزح. No. Guys, this is not the deal. This is not the deal.
You have to say, amazing. I hope we enjoyed it. It's an amazing culture. Thank you. Thank you.
Speaks after touring the space exhibit. Speaks after touring the space exhibit.
We're confused too. In the brown? In the brown?
Can we do a crop like this from that flag picture?
في ترجمة؟
نعم نعم.
اوكي.
أرحب بكم
I
فخامة
would like
الرئيس
to welcome
في
you,
دولة
Mr.
الإمارات،
President, to the UAE.
وسعيد باللقاء معكم
It is a pleasure to
مجددا
meet with you again,
بعد لقائنا في فلوريدا
following our
العام
meeting
الماضي.
in Florida last year.
منذ أن توليتم مهام منصبكم فخامة الرئيس
Mr.
على
President,
مدى أكثر من 50 عام
for over 50 years,
ترتبط دولة الإمارات والولايات المتحدة بعلاقات تحالف
the UAE and the
استراتيجي
United States have shared a
متعدد
multidimensional
الأبعاد
strategic
وصداقة
partnership
تاريخية ممتدة
and a
تقوم
long-standing
على
friendship
توجه مشترك لتعزيز
grounded in a
الازدهار
shared commitment to advancing
والاستقرار
prosperity
لبلدينا
and
والمنطقة
stability
والعالم.
in our countries, the region, and the world.
وخلال هذه العقود كانت دولة الإمارات شريكا
Over the
موثوقا
decades,
للولايات المتحدة
the UAE has been a trusted partner of the
سواء
United
على
States,
مستوى العلاقات الثنائية
both in terms of
أو
bilateral
على مستوى
relations
القضايا
and in
المشتركة.
matters of shared concern.
ونحن حريصين على
We
مواصلة
are keen
تعزيز
to
هذه
continue
الصداقة
deepening
وتقويتها
this friendship
لمصلحة البلدين
for the benefit of
والشعبين.
both our nations and peoples.
ووجودكم هنا اليوم فخامة الرئيس
Your
يؤكد
presence here
أن
today,
هذا
Mr.
الحرص
President,
متبادل.
affirms that this commitment is mutual.
العلاقات الدبلوماسية بين دولتنا أقيمت
Diplomatic relations between our two
سنة
nations
1971
was established in 1971,
لكن التواصل بين الشعبين
but
يعود
the
إلى ما قبل
connection
ذلك.
between our peoples goes back further.
هناك طبيبان
Two
أتوا
doctors
كمبشرين
who came as
من
missionaries
الكنيسة
from the church
في كاليفورنيا
in California.
أسماءهم محفورة في
Have
ذاكرة
their
دولة
names
الإمارات.
etched in the collective memory of the
هما
UAE.
الدكتور بات وماريان
They are
كينيدي
Pat and Marianne Kennedy.
الذين جاءوا إلى مدينة العين
They arrived in Elaine
في آخر الخمسينات
in late 50s,
وعملا في
working
ظروف صعبة جدا
under challenging conditions
حيث كان يتوفى
at a time when
طفلين
up to
واحد.
1 in 2 infants
وكانت هناك وفاة من كل 4 أمهات
and in 4
خلال
and
الولادة
1 in 4 mothers died during childbirth.
وأسس الطبيبان الأمريكيان مستشفى الواحة
They
آنذاك سمي
founded
الواحة
Oasis
الذي
Hospital,
لعب دورا رئيسيا في تاريخ الرعاية
which
الصحية
played a pivotal
في دولة
role
الإمارات.
in the development of healthcare in the
وبعد
UAE.
وصولهما ببضعة أشهر
A few months after
فخامة
their
الرئيس،
arrival, Mr.
أنا
President,
ولدت في
I
هذا
was born
المستشفى
in the same hospital that these 2 American doctors
الذي
founded.
أسسه هذا الطبيبان الأمريكيان وتقديرا لجهودهما
In
في
recognition,
مجتمع الإمارات
of their
تم
contributions,
منحهما جائزة أبو ظبي في دورتها الأولى
they were awarded the Abu
2005.
Dhabi Award in
كما
its
جرى
first
تغيير
edition in
اسم المستشفى
2005.
في عام
And
2019
in 2019,
إلى
the
مستشفى
hospital
كند
was renamed
تكريما لهما.
Kenneth Hospital in their
وعلى
honor.
ذلك استقبلت بهذه المناسبة عائلتهما في أبو ظبي
And their family was hosted in
بما
Abu Dhabi in gratitude
قدماه
for their service
من خدمات
to
لشعب
the,
دولة
to the
الإمارات.
people of the UAE.
فخامة الرئيس هناك شراكة قوية بين دولة الإمارات
Mr. President,
والولايات المتحدة
the UAE
من
and the
أجل
United
التنمية.
States share a strong development-focused
وأخذت هذه
partnership.
الشراكة دفعة نوعية
This
وغير
partnership
مسبوقة
has taken a significant leap forward
خاصة من مجيئكم في البيت الأبيض
since you assumed office,
خاصة في مجالات الاقتصاد
particularly in
الجديد
the areas
والطاقة
of the new economy,
والتكنولوجيا
energy,
المتقدمة
advanced technology,
والذكاء الاصطناعي
artificial intelligence,
والصناعة.
and industry.
ومما يؤكد على ذلك مخطط دولة الإمارات للاستثمار في الولايات
A
المتحدة
testament to this is the
هذه
UAE's plan
المجالات
to invest
من خلال المؤسسات
in the
الاستثمارية
US
الإماراتية
in these sectors
وبقيمة
through the UAE's
1.4
investment bodies at a total
تريليون
value of
دولار
$1.4
في
trillion
خلال العشر
over
سنوات
the next 10
القادمة.
years.
كما أن هناك شراكات ومشروعات مهمة
Additionally,
في هذا المجال بين
major
القطاع
partnerships
الخاص
and projects
في البلدين.
are underway between
إضافة
private
لما
sector
سبق
entities
هناك تعاون استراتيجي
in both
في مجال
nations.
الفضاء مثل ما شفت فخامة الرئيس. والولايات المتحدة
Beyond
شريك
these
استراتيجي
areas,
لدولة الإمارات
our countries
في مشروع
maintain
استكشاف
a
المريخ
strategic partnership in the field of space
وبرنامج
exploration
رواد الفضاء ومشروع استكشاف
and the
حزام
astronaut
الكويكبات.
program and the
وفي هذا
asteroid
السياق
belt mission.
أريد أن أذكر شيء
In
ربما
this
لا يعرف
context,
الكثير
I would like to share something
وهو
that may
أن
not
مركبة
be
الفضاء
widely known.
الأمريكية أبولو 17
The American spacecraft Apollo
التي
17
انطلقت سنة 1972 أخذت علم
that
دولة
flew in
الإمارات في
1973
رحلتها إلى القمر.
has carried the UAE flag on
وهذا
its
العلم
journey
نفسه
to the moon.
أرسلته وكالة
That
الفضاء
same flag
ناسا
was
إلى
later sent
المؤسس
by NASA
الوالد
to
الشيخ
our
زايد رحمة
nation's
الله عليه
founding father, the
في
late
عام
Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan
1973
in
مع
1973,
قطعة
along
من
with
صخور القمر.
a fragment of lunar rock.
والتقى الشيخ زايد رحمة الله عليه مع رواد رحلة أبولو
Sheikh
عدة مرات
Zayed met with
حيث
Apollo
كان لديه
astronauts
طموح كبير
on
بالوصول
several occasions,
إلى الفضاء.
and he had a deep and enduring mission
في
for the
مارس
UAE
الماضي
to reach space.
قلتم فخامة الرئيس أن
Mr.
دولة
President,
الإمارات والولايات
in March
المتحدة
of this year, you
كانتا
stated
على
that the
الدوام
UAE
شريكين
and the United States
استراتيجيين
have long been
في
partners
دعم
in
جهود
efforts
السلام والأمن
to bring
في
peace
الشرق
and
الأوسط.
security to the Middle
والعالم.
East and the world.
واليوم
Today,
أجدد التأكيد
I
لكم
reaffirm to you
إن دولة الإمارات
that the UAE
حريصة على
remains
مواصلة العمل
committed
مع
to
الولايات
working
المتحدة
with the United States
في كل ما يحقق السلام والاستقرار
to
في
advance peace
منطقتنا
and stability
والعالم.
in our region and globally.
أكرر الترحيب بكم فخامة الرئيس
Once again, Mr.
وأنا
President, I
واثق
warmly welcome you, and I'm
بأن هذه
confident
الزيارة
that
سيكون
this visit will have a
لها
profound,
تأثير كبير جدا في
and
مستقبل علاقة
positive
البلدين.
impact on the future
حياك الله يسلمك.
of our bilateral relations. Thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank you, Your Highness. What a lot of people don't know, I think my staff is very surprised by it. You and I have been friends for a long time. We've been good friends. And what they don't know about you is that you are considered a truly great warrior. And you've been through the wars. You're a great warrior, a very strong man, a brilliant man, a man of vision, like few others, and highly respected. When they know you, there's tremendous respect, and you're so respected in the Middle East that it's really amazing. You know, we've done the tour with two of your very good friends, you know that, and we were talking about you, and I won't tell you everything they said, but I can say it was all good. It was all good. Total admiration and respect for what you've done and who you are. And they said, when he gives you a handshake, when he makes a deal, that's the deal. And your wonderful brother came to Washington a few weeks ago, and he told us about your generous statement as to the 1.4 trillion. And all I could say is thank you very much. We will work very hard to deserve it. I have absolutely no doubt that the relationship will only get bigger and better. Your relationship and mine can't get better, so I can't say it's going to get better because it's at the highest level it can be. But our countries will work together. We've become a very hot country. We were not such a hot country 6 months ago. And now I think we're the hottest country, if you want to know the truth. We had one little indication a year ago. We were having a hard time getting people to join the military, enlistment they call it in our country. We were getting very bad vibes, very unhappy. It was an unhappy country. A lot of foolish things were happening, stupid things were happening. And we just got the numbers. We had the highest enlistment numbers just about that we've ever had. We think it probably the highest, but they say have to be extremely accurate when it comes to the news, because they check every word I say. If there's a little bit of an inaccuracy, but I will tell you, we had just about the best numbers for enlistment we've ever had. Every one of our services. I'm very proud of Space Force because I created Space Force. That was my baby. Hadn't been done in 78 years, a new force, and it's doing phenomenally well. We were not winning the space war, and now we're leading it by tremendous margins over Russia and China primarily. And so we're very proud of it, but I'm very proud of, maybe even more so, the enlistment numbers. So we went from having a hard time getting people to join our armed forces and our police, by the way, to having the best numbers that we've ever had, wanting to join. They're proud of our country again. That's a big thing, and to happen so fast, over about a 6 or 7 month period, that's a big honor. And likewise, the police, very hard to get police, and now the ranks are bursting and with pride. So that's something that we're very happy about. We've had investments in our country over the last 3 months, but really 2 months, because it took me a couple of weeks to get started. I had to get a little acclimated again, because we had a very successful first term, as you know. We had one of the most successful economies in the history of our country. First term was amazing. We did a lot of things. We rebuilt our military. We did a lot of great things. And I think this is even going to be better. But we have now, I think, substantially over $10 trillion of investment. And now when I add the $1.4 trillion, we easily break that number. So that's investment or investment that we think will soon happen. And it doesn't include people that are building, because not everybody comes and tells us that they're building, and it's a big country, but we're having numbers that we've never done before, and that means AI plants. That means, as an example, a really good example is Apple. Apple is now spending much more than $500 billion on plants. They didn't do that before. As you know, they built their plants in another location. We have the biggest computer company, $500 billion. We have Mr. Wei of Taiwan is spending $200 billion. Jensen who's great. Jensen Huang is spending $500 billion. We have numbers that nobody's ever seen before. That all means jobs, because to me the most important jobs, I want jobs. And we have costs are way down. Groceries, they have a term, grocery. It's an old term, but it means basically what you're buying in food. It's a pretty accurate term, but it's an old-fashioned sound. But groceries are down, costs are down, eggs are down. They were, first week they were hitting me with eggs were up 200%, and now they're down to a number that is amazing. We're down 97, 98% from where they were. And everybody, they said, you won't have eggs for Easter. Well, we had everybody had eggs for Easter at a very reasonable price. At the White House, we had our little Easter egg roll, and we had hundreds of thousands of eggs purchased. They said, you have to go out and buy plastic eggs. That didn't work out. So we've done a real job, and our energy costs are way down. The energy is way down, gasoline is down, and we have almost no inflation. So we've got the economy back. We've got a border now that's very powerful, 99.9%, and nobody would have believed that was possible. It was a real mess. We had, frankly, an incompetent previous administration. I know you weren't thrilled with them. They abandoned people, and it wasn't that they abandoned. They didn't bother to call people back. They treated people with great disrespect, but part of it was a level of stupidity that we've never seen before. And I'm glad we arrived, and I know you people also woo you. You know, you're an amazing country. You're a rich country. You can have your choice, but I know you'll never leave my side. I know that, and you know the special relationship that we have and our country has. So our country's back with you, and our country's back in a lot of ways. We have a country with tremendous spirit right now. Tremendous. I haven't seen anything like it. I would say this. We're far ahead of schedule. If you would have told me these numbers in a year and a half from now, I would have been very happy with them. But think that substantially more than $10 trillion, you'll have numbers of other presidents where they won't do $1 trillion in many, in a long time. $1 trillion. We did it in 2 months because, again, you figure 3, but let me have 1 month of fixing up the Oval Office, in other words, getting things ready. And I look forward to having you in the White House. We'll celebrate together. But we are going to be your friend, and we're going to be your partner, and we really appreciate your confidence and an investment. That's your biggest investment that you've ever made, and we really appreciate it, and we're going to treat you very, as you should be, magnificently. And you're a magnificent man, and it's an honor to be with you.
My honor, Mr. President.
Thank you very
God bless
much.
you. Thank you,
Thank
sir. شكرا شباب. دخل وسام.
نستأذن سموكم بالبدء. Your Highness, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, in recognition of President Donald Trump's exceptional efforts to strengthen the long-standing ties of friendship and strategic partnership between the United Arab Emirates and United States of America, I am honored to announce that His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan bestows the Order of Zayed upon President Trump.
Will you give me the honor?
Excuse me, everyone, please.